Welcome to the world of Flip Video. Once you've opened the box, the first thing you want to do is charge up your Flip camera. Simply flip this little button and plug it into a spare USB slot in your computer. It'll begin to flash to show it's charging. Now's a good time to check through the short manual so you can set the date and time. Check to see if the protective film is still covering the lens. It should be removed, as your shots will look a bit soft and blurry if you forget to take it off. The 5-minute film school comes in 3 sections: operating the Flip camera, some simple rules for shooting, and finally, tips on how to get the right kind of shots. Let's start with operating. To turn the Flip camera on, simply press this button. To turn it off, press the same button again. So let's turn it back on. To start shooting, simply press the big red button. You only need to press this button once and release. The camera will display little red numbers in the screen, telling you how long you've been recording for. Press the big red button again and recording will stop and the red numbers disappear. Remember to check that the red numbers appear when you want to record something. When you're done shooting, turn the Flip camera off. A fully charged camera will record an hour's worth of video and will see you through the day if you remember to switch it off when not using it. Here's some handy tips for shooting with your Flip camera. Firstly, ensure your subject is well lit. Don't shoot them against a window or against a bright sky. Don't shoot them against a dark background either. A bit of both works well. Make sure the sun or window or lamp is over a shoulder. Secondly, make sure the camera can hear your subject.
And what do we do after breakfast?
The microphone is built into the camera, so your subject needs to be close enough to be heard, between 1 and 1.5 meters, or 3 to 4 feet. But don't whisper. It really helps to avoid small rooms that echo a lot.
What about the 18th of December?
Noisy places will also make it hard for people to hear what you're saying.
My midnight snack and then I went to bed.
Thirdly, leave the zoom alone when recording. Zooming in and out like a trombone does not look good and leaves the audience feeling giddy. Fourthly, stick to steady shots. Support your Flip camera on a beanbag or on bricks or blocks. If you hand hold the camera, tuck your elbows in. Lean against a wall or a tree. Hold it close to your chest for steady shots. But don't let that cramp your style for the occasional wacky shot. Finally, shoot enough material. We'll look after the editing, so remember to shoot cutaways. A photo, a favorite item, some special friends, some wide-angle shots of where the person lives or works. We can edit these shots on top of somebody talking later on. Here's some special tips for you to get creative with. Framing your shot carefully can make your video look great. Artists use the rule of thirds, and you can too. Imagine the screen divided into thirds, across and down the screen. The 4 points where they cross are where important things should go. Try putting the eyes on the upper third line and the chin on the lower third line. If they're looking at the camera, put them in the middle. If they're looking at somebody next to you, put their nose in the middle of the screen and let their head go to the opposite side. We call this looking room. If you want to record a voiceover, try recording it in your car, with the engine switched off, of course. Instead of just sitting somebody down and talking, ask them to do something whilst you film them. Making a drink, walking the dog, reading through emails, or whatever fits the occasion. Film them doing something without talking, then get them to talk to the camera. And finally, remember to watch for the red numbers before you start your shot. Sometimes it's easy to think you're recording and you're not. So start the camera, wait for the red numbers, wait a couple of seconds more, and then call action. Then when you're done, call cut, wait, and then stop the camera, waiting for the red numbers to disappear. You can now press the play button to review your shot and make sure it's all captured perfectly. So that's the 5-minute film school. Have fun with your flip.